Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something really interesting you sent over.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Cooper's interview on Jay Shetty's podcast, On Purpose.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What'd you think?
It was really eye-opening.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's got that caller daddy persona, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this interview, it's like a whole different side of her.
Yeah. She's definitely got that reputation.
It's all about peeling back those layers,
Mm-hmm.
getting to the real person, her struggles, her journey, and how she's using her platform to make a real difference. Kind of like how we do our deep dives, right? But with like millions of listeners.
Uh-huh. Right. Always good to inspire action.
Exactly. Keep it real, keep it natural.
So what struck you the most about the interview?
Honestly, her openness about being bullied, it was pretty intense.
Yeah, I was surprised by how much she shared about that.
She even talked about wearing like multiple pairs of leggings to make her legs look bigger.
It's crazy to think about the impact that kind of stuff can have on a young person.
For her to turn that experience into something positive, it's pretty amazing.
It's almost like it fueled her creativity, you know?
Totally. She found comfort in creating content, spending hours in her basement, making those music videos and films.
It wasn't just a hobby for her. It was an outlet, a way to express herself authentically.
It's like she built her own world where she could just be herself. And that foundation of self-expression, it ultimately led her to call her daddy.
It's incredible how something that starts so personally can evolve into something so much bigger.
It's a good lesson for all of us, right? Finding that space where we can be ourselves and letting it fuel our growth.
Absolutely. Now, even though she's known for her confidence, Alex is still super open about how those experiences affect her.
You could tell it's still something she's working through.
She even mentioned being in therapy, which I think is really admirable.
It shows that growth is an ongoing process, right? No matter who you are.
And it's relatable. Remember when Jay Shetty opened up about his own insecurities growing up?
Oh yeah, when he talked about struggling with his weight and feeling inadequate.
It just proves that those feelings are universal. It doesn't matter how successful or confident someone seems.
We all have those moments of self-doubt.
Exactly. The difference is how we choose to deal with them. Alex's story shows that acknowledging those vulnerabilities can actually be a source of strength.
It's not about pretending those insecurities don't exist. It's about being real with yourself and moving forward anyway. And that's where her evolving perspective on confidence gets really interesting. There's this tension between her bold, call her daddy persona and her personal struggles with self-doubt.
It's like those two sides coexist within her.
It makes you wonder, right? Have you ever felt that disconnect between your outward persona and your inner struggles?
Oh, absolutely. It highlights the complexity of confidence. It's not just a switch you flip on. It's a constant journey.
And sometimes the most confident-seeming people are the ones who have worked the hardest to get there.
It's refreshing to see someone like Alex with such a huge platform being so open about that. It makes her message even more powerful.
Because it feels genuine and relatable, Like she's just being herself.
Totally. It makes you want to root for her even more.
It's a good reminder that being authentic and vulnerable can be incredibly powerful.
It's not just her, personal journey that's evolved. Call Her Daddy itself has gone through some changes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, think back to when it was all about, like, sex and dating.
It definitely pushed the envelope, got people talking.
Do you think maybe that shift to more serious topics kind of alienated some of the early fans? Like when they started talking more about mental health and social issues.
Maybe some, but I think it shows how Alex has grown too, wanting to use her platform for something bigger.
It's like she realized she has this responsibility, right? To talk about these important things.
And she's not afraid to challenge her listeners to really think about things.
It's a good call to action, right?
Yeah.
Getting people to step outside their comfort zones.
Totally, especially when you have such a massive audience. And don't forget, she's doing all this in a male-dominated industry.
Oh, man.
She's even talked about how frustrating it is to constantly be compared to male podcasters. Like she's been called the female Joe Rogan.
It's like they can't just let her be successful on her own terms.
It's that gender bias, Women in media always seem to face it.
It's so annoying. She built her own brand, her own voice.
Yeah.
She deserves recognition for that.
Exactly. It's a call to action for all of us to recognize those biases and challenge them.
Especially for women in those male-dominated fields. Like Alex is showing you can be successful by being yourself.
Even if it means going against the grain.
Love how she uses her platform to empower women, especially now when women's rights are, under attack.
It's so important to have those strong female voices speaking out.
And advocating for change.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She's not just talking the talk, she's walking the walk.
And that's where her call to action gets really powerful. She wants people to move beyond those surface judgments,
Like, actually dig into the issues, think about them from all sides.
It's about understanding and having real discussions, not just reacting to clickbait headline.
She's not saying she has all the answers, but she wants people to be more informed, to really engage with the information.
It's that natural approach to learning and growth.
Refreshing to hear from someone with such a huge platform.
And it all connects to her emphasis on building meaningful relationships, too.
Yeah, she talked a lot about that.
Prioritizing real connections over those superficial ones, especially with social media and everything.
She's all about being authentic.
Both on and offline.
Remember that rule she has with her partner about not discussing fresh arguments on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
It shows she's committed to protecting their relationship, setting boundaries.
It makes you think, though, right?
For sure.
Is it a healthy boundary, or is it like avoiding tough conversations?
That's a good question. It's definitely tricky navigating relationships when you're in the public eye.
You want to protect your personal life, but you also need open communication.
It's a tough balance.
It definitely is.
I think it shows how her values are evolving, too. She's more intentional about what she shares.
It's not just about entertainment anymore. It's about creating a space for real connection and growth.
And that intentionality, it extends to her personal life, too. Like, she talked about quitting Reddit.
Oh, yeah, to avoid the negativity.
She's prioritizing her mental health.
Creating a life that aligns with her values.
It shows it's okay to make those choices right.
Yeah.
Even if it means disconnecting from things that don't serve you.
It's about building a more positive environment for yourself.
And surrounding yourself with people who support you, who are honest with you.
Not just yes men.
Alex really emphasized that. Having people who challenge you and help you grow.
It's a good reminder that growth often means making tough choices, letting go of things that are holding you back.
It's inspiring to see Alex embrace that process, so honestly and vulnerably.
It really all comes back to being, realistic and natural. Alex isn't pretending to be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
She's open about her struggles and how she's grown.
And that she's still figuring things out.
Exactly. It makes her so much more relatable.
It's like she's saying, hey, it's okay to not have it all figured out. We're all on this journey together.
And that's powerful coming from someone who seems to have it all,
Right. Like on the surface, at least.
It all ties back to her call to action for her listeners, too.
What do you mean?
She's not just entertaining, she's pushing people to think differently.
To challenge their assumptions?
And to take action in their own lives.
Be more mindful about what they're consuming.
Prioritize real connections.
Advocate for things they believe in.
She's empowering people to make a change.
So after all that, what does Alex Cooper's story mean for you?
That's a good one. It's inspiring to see how someone can overcome so much and still find success.
And stay true to themselves.
Exactly. It shows the power of authenticity and vulnerability.
In using your platform for good.
It's a reminder that we all have the potential to grow and evolve.
To embrace the journey, even the tough parts.
And to realize that our flaws can actually be strengths.
Be realistic about our expectations for ourselves and others.
Nobody's perfect.
Find what feels natural to you.
What aligns with your values.
And go after it with everything you've got.
And use your platform, no matter how big or small, to make a positive impact.
Love that.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts to leave our listeners with?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Alice's journey really makes you think about the assumptions we make about others.
Yeah, how we judge people based on, limited information.
Social media, a few interactions.
What if we challenged those assumptions?
Approached people with more curiosity and empathy.
Imagine the connections we could make.
The understanding we could build.
If we went beyond those surface judgments.
It's about recognizing that shared humanity we all have.
Remembering that everyone has a story.
So as you go about your day, try to be more mindful of those assumptions.
Choose connection over judgment.
Empathy over apathy.
Understanding over assumptions.
It might just change your whole perspective.
And lead to some amazing encounters.
Exactly. You never know what you might discover.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. Until next time.